Hi guys, here's Stefan Laub and I show you another example of Qtile Pro Surface Engine for Cinema 4D. This is a old parquet kind of texture surface and I show you it's made with V-Ray in that case on Cinema 4D, but you can use any engine. And we have with the shader. Funny enough, I'll show you how we make it. Funny enough, there's just one single texture used in that whole floor. Really a quite trivial wood texture from the internet. Of course you can use high-end textures there, but in our example I just used something to show you that it's not necessarily needed, and all the rest we do with Qtile Pro. So we scaled it a bit here. Opacity not 100% but like 60%. Then we have again the 1, 2, 3, 4 workflow. Make this a little smaller here for the video. We have the UV from tile, of course, so every tile here has its own UV. It follows the shape axis. I show you this here. So that's one of the presets we ship, the shape library presets, and we just with brush selection did select it and rotate the axis correct, as I showed in the main help video for 1.1. And as we just use one single texture, there's no shuffling or randomness needed, and we have a repetition of 2 to get a little bigger surface here, some intensity multipliers for slight variations in color and intensity, and basically that's it, nothing more. No edge rounding, no mortar, or just plain full mortar, but no size setting. Important, an erosion, because it should have, or everything what we see visible here is just a slight eroded edge, like displacement on the edge, and we used some dirt to react on the surface like worn old wood. Yeah, so erosion and dirt are here the main features, so to say. Copied this in the reflection, and the grayscale variant here in it's the similar one, just with more textures for the structure loaded, but basically it's also again the same texture, just with different filter settings so that it feels different. And maybe very important in all these settings, of course, we used random offset. Yeah, that's very important because you get always another part of this single texture, which makes it look like we used many textures. Okay, so very, very simple setup. In this I not even use the bump, but we use a slight displacement with the same texture that I showed you before in the glossy map. So it's again the same texture. If you look in the texture manager, you see it's always this sheet number 2. It's always the same texture everywhere. So totally simple stuff. And when we render it, so here it comes. As the texture is also as a copy in the reflection, you see very nice detail here on all the reflection parts. And all the variation, everything is just really via Qtile Pro. remember the surface, the bitmap I showed you before. It's just one basic bitmap used to make a whole floor. It's just this bitmap here, yeah. That's a simple studio setup that makes a curved floor. But yeah, I think you see it quite nice here. And you see, if you zoom in, you see all the eroded details from the old floor, right? That's all via Qtile Pro. It's like this displacement on this edge erosion feature, which is very fast. All this stuff, by the way, costs no render time, almost no render time. It's many times faster than building that of 3D elements or however, and gives a very nice look. I hope you liked what I showed you, and the nice thing is you can make with this kind of setup, you can really fine-tune and do anything what you want very fast and exactly how you need it, because with board textures it's often so that you not really find exactly the one that you need for the project, and with Tile Pro you can fine-tune and edit it exactly to be the way you need it, and you have like hundreds or thousands of wood floors available. The setup here is always the same. I could now just, for example, take another shape or try different shapes for the parquet or whatever, and you have endless possibilities and total freedom to tune it to your needs. Okay, I hope you liked that, and see you at the next video.